We are commencing NextGen Packaging Conclave, connected packaging at the confluence of consumer sustainability and supply chains. I would request Mr. Navneet Narayan, Vice President BCCI and I, Whole-Time Director and CEO, Haldia Petrochemicals Limited, to kindly come up to the dais, sir, please. I would request Mr. Adipnath Pal Chaudhary, Chairman and MD, Bamalori and Company Limited, to kindly come up to the dais, sir, please. I would request Mr. Chakravarti AVPS, Global Ambassador of World Packaging Organization and MD, EcoBliss India, and also the member of the NextGen Packaging Committee, to kindly come up to the dais, sir, please. I would request Preeti Chaudhary, IRS Regional Director, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, to kindly come up to the dais. With this, I would request Mr. Navneet Narayan, sir, to kindly deliver the opening address. Over to Mr. Navneet Narayan, sir.
Good morning, everyone, and first of all, my apologies for starting the program late. Bombay traffic is always unpredictable, and I took 15 minutes more than I had planned it should take. So it's a very, very warm welcome to all of you for the NextGen conference that is being organized by BCCI. I'd like to thank everyone on stage, all the dignitaries on stage, for taking the time to join us and share with all of us on their vision and their learnings. I'm especially thankful to Mr. Adipnath Pal Chaudhary, Chairman and MD of Bamalori. Thank you so much for coming here. Mr. Chakravarti AVPS, Global Ambassador for World Packaging Organization. Thank you so much for being here. He's also the MD of EcoBliss India. And Ms. Preeti Chaudhary, IRS Regional Director of FSSAI, and I think we'd like to really hear a lot from you in terms of what's happening and what will happen and how things will progress over the years. We're also thankful to a lot of people, Mr. Venkatraman, SBU Chief Packaging and Printing of ITC. He's also the mentor for the NextGen Packaging National Committee of BCCI, Mr. Ranajoy Basu, Chairman, the NextGen Packaging Committee and the Area Sales Manager, Middle East and Southeast Asia for Emerson. Mr. Pal Chaudhary himself, who's been very actively involved, Mr. Sanjay Datta, MD of Bamalori, for guiding us to get this conclave up and running. And thank you, all of you, for taking the time to join us today. Packaging, we come from an industry where we provide, we are part of the packaging value chain, and I think that's one of the reasons I'm also here personally. And packaging currently stands as one of the largest and the fifth largest sector in the country in terms of the Indian economy, and is playing a pivotal role as we grow. And I think as we are seeing more and more consumer goods being packaged in different forms, I think we are seeing a huge growth in the industry. The industry is growing at 22% to 25% annually, which is a very, very healthy growth rate. And I think that really shows the maturity of the industry, the maturity of the economy, which is really a reflection in the growth of the packaging industry. And there is obviously a lot of technology that is getting involved, and I think we have seen the evolution of packaging over the years. But as far as flexible packaging is concerned, I think that is where the value of the business is looking at more like a 25 billion. So that's a very large business that we are part of. The flexible packaging market is expected to grow to 35 billion with a CAGR of 11.5% by 2030. So that's, from where we are today of 23 billion going up to 35 billion in the next 5 years is a very healthy growth that we are expecting, and that's a projection that we have seen. Sustainable only packaging, the flexible packaging, is growing pretty fast, and I think that's aligned with the green packaging, which is the mantra of the day, because that is very important for us to be sustainable, for us to be responsible as citizens and as an industry. Roughly 10 to 15% of the overall flexible packaging The sector is now based on bio-based, and I think that is what we have seen a transition from our earlier era to where we are now looking at how we can create a more sustainable economy, and I think that's part of that. Government's policies are very progressive. I think they have really encouraged us, permitting 100% FDI in this industry through the automatic route. They have stimulated foreign investments in the packaging sector, and we have seen a lot of multinationals coming into the country. And the FDI inflows in the paper and pulp industry has been close to $2 billion in the last 4 years. And I think that's a good growth that we have seen. So a lot of investor confidence in the industry. The CSIR, that is the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, has launched the national mission on sustainable packaging solutions, aiming for a net zero future through innovation. Led by the CSIR and NIIST, the initiative focuses on developing sustainable materials, recycling methods, and advanced testing facilities to enhance India's packaging sector and address environmental challenges. Let's look at the key challenges and I think key drivers for the growth of packaging. I think number one is the growth, rising demand in terms of food, beverages, and e-commerce, and all of us who are guilty of buying more and more on Amazon and Flipkarts of the world. We are seeing how things are coming to our deliver at home in a different packaging form. And obviously the entire food beverage, which is again a very growth sector. And we have seen introduction of new technologies and that is really growing. And I was at a conference earlier this year where a company from UK was here, and they were talking about the kind of solutions that they have brought into the country. And I think that is really where the technology is coming in to meet the growth in the industry. Food, personal care, pharmaceuticals, I think these dominate flexible packaging. And I think the e-commerce I talked about, that's really a booming industry. I think huge consumer shift from the traditional brick and mortar going into e-commerce, which is again leading to the growth in the industry. There's a lot of regulatory and push from the government, and I think that is very positive. We have seen how the plastic waste management amendment rules got changed in 2023, which mandates biodegradable and compostable materials in many applications. And as I've been mentioning, that is really what we as an industry and citizens have to do to ensure we have a more sustainable growth from that perspective. And then the PLI scheme has also supports packaging players, stimulating expansion and capacity upgrades. I think there's a lot of innovation. I think the second key driver for growth is innovation and initiatives that have been brought in by the industry. The new materials are emerging. They're like cornstarch and sugarcane based packets by, I think we have seen in the Karnataka Milk Federation, they're using it, that biodegrade on its own within 90 days. So I think that's the kind of change that we have seen. There's a lot of research collaborations that are happening, which are leveraging the orange peel waste to make biopolymer films. So I think, there are a lot of technologies are coming in which are leading to use of compostable and biodegradable materials being available for packaging, because we have also seen the bad side of it. I remember as a youngster, I went to Darjeeling and I was wondering, is it the Himalayas or I'm seeing a hill of plastic? Because the entire slope of as you drive up to Darjeeling those days was only colorful plastic. And I think that's from where we were, let's say 30 years back, to where we are today. I think we have to really see how we can use the right material and the right technology so that we don't damage the economy and the ecology around us. But there are a lot of challenges. I think the higher cost of bio-based and recycled materials makes it sustainability expensive, and we have to find technologies and methods to bring the cost down so they can compete with the virgin material, which is obviously much lower cost. Fragmented regulations across states, I think that's something that we could look at some alignment across states because there are frequent updates and that puts a burden back on the industry. But the opportunity is big. I think the expected opportunity is to really see how the growth continues and how we can, as part of the industry, lead the growth of the packaging industry. Major growth opportunities will lie in the following areas. I think clearly scaling bio-based films, starch, sugarcane, and agriculture waste and being an agriculture country, I think there's huge opportunity to use the waste from agriculture into creating films which can be used for packaging. Expanding monolayer recyclable film systems, integrating smart and active packaging, and I think we will hear more about that as we go on. And partnering with R&D. I think a lot of institutions are doing research, and we have to see how we can partner and bring in new technology in this area. So today I think we have a packed day. We're going to spend the next few hours, we're going to listen to our honored guests here as well, and really understand from them how the industry will fan out over the next few decades. So we are very honored to have all of you, and I think I want to thank all of you on behalf of BCCI once more for taking the time out to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would now request our guest of honor, Mr. Adipnath Pal Chaudhary, to kindly deliver his address.
So thank you, Arnav, and once again, warm welcome to all the people out here. Mr. Navneet Narayan, Ms. Preeti Chaudhary, Mr. AVPS Chakravarti, the Telugu. Yeah, I think their mustache gives it away. But of course, Arnav has a competing mustache also, and he is also a Chakravarti. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we've got a great ambience today in terms of talking about this whole concept about connected packaging in the cusp of sustainable, in the cusp of consumer, and I think as we've already heard Mr. Navneet talk about some of the main aspects, but I'll draw upon, I think, one key statistic, which is that as per some studies, per capita packaging, as far as India is concerned, is operating at a particular level. US, that per capita packaging is 30x. In China, it is, I think, something like 6x or 5x. So as India emerges further and further and moves towards its journey from developing to developed, and gets to a point where we are able to align with our Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Viksit Bharat, one can assume that every parameter, like say for example electricity consumption, etc., packaging also will move at a much higher level. So fact that it is going to move, it's inevitable, and it is, I think, incumbent upon all of us to make sure that particular journey is as sustainable as possible, because at the end of the day, packaging is just like clothes. I mean, the human body is there, but then we wear clothes. So somebody is wearing a sari, somebody is wearing a suit. It is just giving an outside form, but the content is the body. So similarly, if you look at any product, say lubricants, grease, the product is there, and then we have this packaging, which is actually to that extent somewhat superfluous, unless of course you are able to utilize that for some other purpose, like say branding and making sure that you are creating some kind of a differentiator with it. Otherwise, it is something which is just used in order to take the product from place A or keep it at a place safe and secure from place A to place B. So the role of sustainable packaging becomes extremely important, and how we go about doing that, and that I think is going to be marking as to how we are able to collectively play a role in this journey. Now, I often draw upon this industry, which is mutual funds. And mutual funds has historically, over the last 15-20 years, I would say, been extremely phenomenal in terms of driving the campaign, which is mutual funds sahi hai. And if you go back 20 years, 30 years, you would have seen that the amounts that are going into fixed deposits is much, much higher compared to the amounts that were going to mutual funds. But that actually has got changed. Now, mutual funds attracts more funds as compared to FDs, by far, I think. Yeah. So, my point being that collectively packaging, so we might be in various sectors, we might be in rigid, doing B2B, but then and flexible, plastic, all of that, consumer. But then I think collectively we have to look at this whole concept of packaging sahi hai type of thing, where we are able to drive home a lot of awareness. I mean, a simple thing like Mr. Navneet mentioned, and all of us are equally complicit out here of going for things like Blinkit or Swiggy Insta, where we will just take one, maybe, I don't know, box of eggs. Now, getting that eggs is one, but then having that packed. So instead of that, if we are doing a little more planning and we are going to the store or collecting, or even I think say DMart, for example, allows delivery in the store and you can pick it up. Now, every small item sent by Amazon would have its own packaging. At times the item is so small, but the package is much bigger, and it has got paper, it has got plastic, etc., everything. So the impact is much more significant. So if we as individuals, here I am talking of completely of individuals, we are able to be more, I think, sensitive, then I think the theme where we are talking about consumer and supply and sustainability, that comes into play a lot. And we can, I think, make a difference. And the other part out of this conference theme is supply chain. And especially since we are in B2B, we are producing steel drums. And it's not about just being B2B, I think. We have been actually part of certain, I would say, global platforms. One of which happens to be EcoVadis. EcoVadis is globally rating people, organizations in platinum, gold, silver, etc., on various parameters, which are labor, environment, and a few others. But the point is, it is actually cascading down. So if my customer, which is one of the several customers, our top MNC customers in chemicals industry, they would want to have suppliers which are having higher ratings in EcoVadis. And similarly, we've also been part of a campaign, one can call it, which is Together for Sustainability, which is about chemical companies, largely in Germany. They came together and said that if there is a supplier who has got certain ratings and is able to supply to one company, that person then becomes entitled to also access the other companies, and not on account of product and price, but on account of sustainability practices. And here I'm using the word sustainability in a slightly limited manner, because we should look at it maybe from the ESG perspective. So governance, environment, and social. So when we are talking about that, then we are seeing as to how the supply chain, one can drive the agenda of sustainability along the supply chain. And this is something as PSUs we tend to do in some form or the other, because by nature our procurement would require certain, say for example, percentage of procurement happen from MSME, certain percentage happen from women entrepreneurs, SC/ST entrepreneurs, etc. And through that we make sure that we are able to drive the kind of social agenda down the supply chain. So if you look at it in that particular context, today's seminar, it is about NextGen Packaging Conclave, but I'm taking these key words out here, which is consumer sustainability and supply chain, and I feel that there's an opportunity for all of us to kind of learn from the audience, and of course also try and bring such practices into the way that we are conducting ourselves in the corporate business world, also in our personal lives. I think that's where I would like to end, and I wish all the very best. And the first time this conference is coming to Mumbai, so congratulations, Arnab, and I'm hoping that it will become bigger and better down the line. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I would now request our guest of honor, Mr. AVPS Chakravarti sir, to kindly deliver his address.
ఏమన్నా చెప్పాలా? Is there one Telugu guy in the audience? I don't know. So, in other words, I was telling when the wizards and legends like Dr. Navneet Narayan ji, Aditnath, they already spoke. They not left anything for me to speak. But still, I'll try. Well, Sri Navneet Narayan ji, whole-time director and the chief executive officer of Haldia Petrochem. Aditnath ji, Pal Chaudhary ji, Aditnath Pal Chaudhary ji, chairman and managing director of Bomber and Laurel Co., one of the very pioneers in this field, globally known. And the star of this morning, my friend, the most enterprising and knowledgeable IRS officer, the director of FSSI in this region, Dr. Preeti Chaudhary ji, who came on our request despite her busy schedule. And most importantly, Arnab and team, entire team, who made it possible to make it happen in Mumbai, like Adip ji was saying. And of course, we have a host of people. I think we need to acknowledge Venki, my dearest friend, the CEO of ITC Packaging, is not here, but he lent all his support for this conference. And many packaging technocrats, my friends Manoj Kocha, and one of the well-known packaging technocrat from Marriott, Indranil Saha, Professor Iyer Prasad, Manjusha ji from Seaburg, Rajesh Bogavalli, and many others, Mr. Uderas, Rachel Thomas, and Sanjay Datta, Piyush Mangal, my friend, I don't know here, because Signod is making waves, must be joining little late. Gaurav couldn't come here. But the initiative has been very great. Today I'll try to revolve this brief lecture in the morning of mine more towards the food, because Ms. Preeti is here. Honorary dignitaries, once again, the esteemed speakers, the industry leaders, all of you, and friends who really gathered for this NextGen Packaging Conclave. It's really an honor, and also thanks to your spending all your valuable time. I know actually these days coming to a conclave, attending a conference is a bit tidy. Everyone is really tied up with their respective works, be it in their own industry or the industry they are working. I request all of you to give a big round of applause to yourself first, to bring them some momentum in this hall. Very good morning. It's a profound honor to address you here as the global ambassador of World Packaging Organization, the apex body in the world, with around 68 countries on its board, India being one of the important country member. And I represent WPO as its global ambassador, and my company, and the chairman and managing director of Ecobliss India, an innovative packaging in the pharmaceutical and other sectors worldwide. Well, on the theme of connected packaging, as we see, at the confluence of the consumers, sustainability and supply chains. Well, this conclave unites visionaries to redefine packaging's role in India's ascent. I'll try to, over the next 10 minutes, I will try to really weave some kind of a narrative, blending cutting edge global innovations. I wanted to bring up some examples and some thoughts, some futuristic thoughts as well, with India's potential, igniting a transformative vision. My dear friends, let's start with a story that stirs our soul. Imagine a farmer in Punjab, harvesting golden wheat, his grain cradled in a smart and the eco-friendly, I'm not talking, but every plastic manufacturer is trying to do some alternatives as well. So, due regards to some kind of an eco-friendly pouch or something like that, that really tracks its journey to a Delhi bakery, for example, with a IoT sensors, ensuring every kernel feeds a family. This is not a vision, I think this will happen definitely. Now picture a Mumbai consumer scanning a Haldiak petrochemicals product, packaged a snack, uncovering its journey to zero waste. I'm going to talk a little bit on that, design to recycling in a heartbeat. Friends, these are not just futuristic examples, these are going to be realistic examples very soon. This is connected packaging where technology, sustainability and supply chains unite to uplift humanity. It's not a dream, it's India's dawn. Well, my friends, the challenge is colossal. The United Nations reveals 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted globally. We'll hear more from Pritiji. It's equal to around 200 Eiffel Towers of potential lost. In India, even the Ministry of Food Processing, they also estimate around 90,000 crore, 1 lakh crores rupees worth in annual post-harvest losses. Yet, hope shines through connected packaging. As it is, the packaging is really safeguards the entire supply chain, the gamut of supply chain. Otherwise, the losses would have been much, much more, imagine. Globally, PepsiCo 2024 launch of biodegradable crisp packets made from potato starch cuts plastic use by 30% across Europe. Locally, Amul, our own brand, QR coded milk pouches in Gujarat empower almost 3.6 million farmers with a real-time traceability, a beacon of progress. Well, India's vision soars with the Atmanirbhar Bharat goal of 535 billion food processing industry in the next couple of years. Packaging is our catalyst, undoubtedly. The Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana has ignited a lot many food parks, around 40 or something, I don't have figure, processing almost 9 to 10 million tons annually. In a region like Hyderabad, our own people, the CFTRI research also, breakthrough in edible coatings from local tapioca for sweets hints a nationwide ripple effect as well. Now let's embrace the latest technologies. The connected packaging is a marvel. Amazon's 2024, we all know Amazon is really sending a huge, big packs for even small. That's the talk of the town. I spoke to Amazon CEO also, because they said they're doing the corrective measures, but yet down the line still things are going on. Amazon's 2024 AI-driven packaging using machine learning to craft custom boxes has saved 2 million tons. This is what they claimed, material worldwide. In India, Zomato's 2025 pilot of drone delivered meals in reusable, solar charged smart containers, and their estimation is reduce emissions by around 15%. So imagine India's spice exporters, which we are all proud of Indian spices. Turmeric from Andhra, tea from Assam, using 2025's graphene-based nano sensors, detecting spoilage with 99% accuracy, ensuring freshness from farm to global tables. This is the power of connected packaging. Well, sustainability too ignites our spirit, my dear friends. 8 million tons of plastic choke oceans annually per the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. So globally, Adidas 2024 Futurecraft shoes use mycelium packaging, decomposing in 30 days, inspiring awe. In India too, the Hindustan Unilever's Purate bottles now blend 60% of recycled plastic, a 2025 milestone for them. Nationally, we can pioneer hemp-based films abundant in Uttarakhand for packaging exports aligning with our green pledge. Well, data empowers the revolution. Walmart 2024 blockchain tracks produce in under 2 seconds. A system India's 40 food parks, madam, could adopt too. Reliance Retail's AR-enabled packs in Mumbai let consumers virtually tour farms, forging trust, because they get to know where from the material comes. So virtually they see actually from where the product is coming up. Now picture a Karnataka coffee grower uploading harvest data in a 225. AI blockchain securing fair trade status for Europe, a digital triumph for all of us. Well, consumers crave inspiration. Every time when we talk to consumer, what is new? What is new technology? What you are going to offer? This is the demand. See, Coca-Cola's 2024 infinite bottle recycles 100% of its plastics into new packs, rallying millions. Even our own Patanjali also 2025 AR labels they put, unveil herbal sourcing also, connecting cities to villages, my dear friends. Wherever we procure, we use them, we get that connectivity. India's mango growers could use holographic tags, my friend Manoj will tell in the later on, to narrate their organic saga, turning fruit into a global anthem. Challenges test us, my dear friends. Smart packaging also costs money, but I'm sure the RFID ones, I really used to buy a RFID tag, a basic RFID tag 2D, more than $1. I'm talking about 25 years ago. And today, even a product worth maybe few pennies, not even a single dollar, we can entrust a latest advanced tag, because that is the power of the volume, the way the mobile phone, the charges, when you used to pay 32 rupees for outgoing for 30 seconds, when I started using my mobile phone, today it's almost free. So I'm sure all this technology will be available to the masses in a big way. So that encourages the farmers and also in a big way. I'm very sure about. When we talk about Sampada subsidies and partnerships with great companies like Haldia, Petrochem, Bauman Lari, Hindalco, whatever the showcase, they light the path, my dear friends. Unilever's 2025 $2 billion eco-packaging pledge globally is a clarion call on India's giants as well. Well, when you talk about World Packaging Organization, we say better quality of life through better packaging for more people. This is our mission statement. We follow with sincerity. The WPO, a global alliance in 1968, champions this revolution with unwavering commitment. WPO's 2024 Global Packaging Sustainability Initiative promotes biodegradable materials also, the more recycling, the total recycling of the plastics, encouraging use of more plastics, at the same time use of total recyclability. Initiative promotes biodegradable materials parallelly, collaborating with more than 65 nations to cut plastic use by 2030, maybe around 20-25%. Its 2025 Smart Packaging Forum in Tokyo showcased the artificial intelligence driven designs, while our Asian and Indian chapters also. Pack for Planet campaign trained 5,000 SMEs in eco-friendly practices. And recently, I participated in a round table of 14 nations in Bangkok. And this is a talk of the town. This is a talk the food wastage, global food wastage, how packaging can help reducing the food wastage. It's a high-level roundtable was conducted with the Association of UNIDO, a UNO arm. So WPO 2025 Connect the Chain project will pilot IoT-enabled supply chains, reducing food wastage by 15% across Asia and inspiring India to lead as well. And if I am talking about only food, I think my affinity towards, I'll take another 2-3 minutes. My affinity towards pharma will not agree, because I'm so connected in the pharmaceutical sector today. I need to tell you a couple of things what have been happening. Connected packaging in the pharma sector is rapidly evolving, integrating smart features in enhancing the patient safety. That's more important. We have seen in the COVID times adherence and traceability. Examples include smart blister packaging that really remind patients to take their medication in time via Bluetooth connectivity as well, and also near field communication NFC enabled labels that really allow the patients to verify authenticity and access detailed usage instructions with a smartphone, simple tap on the smartphone. Many companies are already introducing this, and you must have had recently the smart inhalers. It actually controls the output of the what you need to inhale as per your health condition, with the digital sensors to track usage and share the data also the physician with the healthcare providers. Pfizer and Novartis have piloted QR coded packaging for real-time supply chain monitoring also. Such innovations really help combat counterfeiting, improve compliance, and strengthens trust across all the pharmaceutical ecosystem. That is the power of the connected packaging. When we talk about even the RFID talks also, the recent advancement, the holograph anti-counterfeiting things, I think they are going to be dealt in the second half of this. We have seen in the COVID time also how the vaccines were delivered with pure authentication. These innovations really boost transparency, safety, and sustainability. And finally, here is a vision to ignite, my dear friends. India become the world packaging pioneer. AI optimized supply chains and drone logistics could deliver smart packaged goods. For example, Punjab to Paris, cutting emissions by more than 20-25%, while really lifting the rural women into the leadership roles. I think this is a thought for all of us. This uplifts the communities. Well, needless to talk, in Gujarat alone, women cooperatives earned respectively annually packaging a lot of things. That is the rise of 2025. Nationally, almost 600 million rural Indians could thrive with reduced waste, feeding the midday meal. I think this is one more thought, because all over the states, I think this is a reform. The midday meals are being supplied sometimes loose, sometimes in different packets. Some kind of a harmony, if you can get it, which can be totally recyclable packaging and all. This is a huge opportunity for the business also. Millions, billions of packs over the years. My call to action is a rally cry. Policymakers invest in 2025's bio-based R&D and the total recyclable material. Entrepreneurs adopt AI and drones. Farmers embrace digital traceability. This conclave, powered by Haldia and organized by BCCI and I, thanks to them, is our launch pad. I consider like that, Arma. Let's forge a future where every package lifts India to the global glory. In closing on this 1st of August in front of you, let's envision India's grains and spices inspire the world, and also various other products packaged and sustainably tracked as well. Thank you very much for your patience, for hearing to me, and thank you once again. Have a wonderful day ahead, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would request our guest of honor, Ms. Preeti Chaudhary, here as Regional Director, FSI, to kindly deliver her lecture.
Very good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
So, I was looking for a higher energy level because Mumbai is normally known for its energy level.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, despite traffic, our spirit to reach to somewhere never dies. We reach everywhere on time. We remain active throughout the day, and we definitely go for partying even late night. So that's Mumbai actually, and welcome to the City of Dreams, Mumbai, to the BCCI. And I think they have invited me to see my Chaudhary surname, because Chaudhary surname is normally the Bengali surname. So happened with the Mr. Chakravarti also. So Mr. Navneet and Mr. Adip Paul Chaudhary, they already have a Bengali, I think, origin. No, you are not. So they have somehow tried to catch hold of the people, those who have some Bengali surname. So I too have adopted them with the BCCI, Bombay Cricket Club of India. So it's a mutual exchange between us, and it's good that you have ventured into the western part of country, because one was the thought to not to come here was, it is the Bengal chamber, what shall I be doing there to come? But at the same time, it is the cross learning, a peer learning, and exchanging of idea. There are always some new idea, fresh idea flowing from other dimensions, from other corner of the world, other corner of our country own. And that idea must exchange, and these are the platform where do exchange the ideas. So again, I was trying to map myself in the conference. So just let me know quickly how many people are there from the food industry or connected somehow the packaging which is going. Okay, great, many. So I'm not an alien here, right? I'm not an alien. But let me tell you, I come from Indian Revenue Service, and this service, the earlier days, the central excise, if you all have heard about the central excise, which was on the manufacturing, a tax on the manufacturing. So the primary job for us was visiting the factories, stopping the sandwich, doing some goon job also sometimes. I won't let you take the sandwich, please pay in the cash. But in order to see the factories, we get to expose to many manufacturing setup also. So one of the very first earlier exposure to manufacturing segment was one of the packaging unit, the carton manufacturing unit. I simply asked to the guy that what is the profit on one package that you are making, a carton box, a big carton box. He says that some 50 paisa or 1 rupee minimum. How do you make the money then? He said it is out of this scale. The same thing I witnessed for the bottling plant also. I think that's the beauty of this industry, that the profit is built on the margin, on the scale. Margin is small, but the scale is so huge, and no doubt, undoubtedly, this is the 5th biggest industry in India. So clap for all of you actually. In fact, I would say that packaging is one single important thing which gives lot of value addition to any product. Mr. Chakravarti was talking about lot of food waste and the loss in the world, and fortunately I got the opportunity to be a TEDx speaker on the same subject, food waste and the food lost. And one astonishing fact is that 14% of the food in the world is lost during the processing from the farm to the packaging. It comes to the shape for the delivering to the people. 17% food is wasted by our act, by ignorance, by deliberate, careless act. Putting together the 31% of food in the world is either lost or wasted. Now consider we don't have a packaging there. This amount is going to definitely go up and much more, yes. And when we know the reality that a bigger population of world is either undernourished, is living for starving, living under the poverty line, and there are so many other problems, then the packaging is the solution for many things, not only to the branding the product, but upholding the flag of distributing food to everyone in the world. That's your job, that's your worth. So lot of value addition that packaging is doing, but our conference is about what value addition further can be done in the packaging or the labeling. So labeling is the first thing. In FSSAI we talk a lot about labeling. I think the packaging should be such which can support to the labeling. And one of our very fundamental regulation is on the labeling and the display. I think whoever are coming with the packaging solution, they have to think advance how the advanced information can be sent to the consumer. This is one thing we look at. A packaging detail can provide you the nutrition value of food. It can provide you the ingredients of the food. It can simply say it is veg or it is non-veg. With the use of QR code, you can immediately scan and see through the blockchain that where the produce was picked and what farm, what farmer and what kind of pesticides were used. Every single detail can be imbibed in single QR code on a packaging. That is one value addition we are witnessing and we are envisaging in India. We can go further. Many of the speakers already have said that we can use Internet of Things and get to know the instant status of that food product. Or augmented reality can be used to enhance the consumer experience. That what I am eating or what I am buying is coming or being manufactured or having such a value or such significance. So we are not just packing the thing, we are selling the features. And that's the importance of packaging. I would ask one very simple question to every one of us. We have grown in our life, we all were infants sometimes. What is the first thing that we owned and we handled ourselves? Can anyone guess? Any guesses? Be in Mumbai, please, energy. Guess anything, wrong or right, I am not punishing anyone. So, packaging, of course, we own as an infant, that is our ownership, our property. As an infant, when I was infant, it was my own property. I handle also it myself. Toy was handled by many other people. Milk bottle, yes, very good. So again a container, see, the first ownership of a thing and handled by ourselves was a milk bottle or a sipper. That's the importance of a packaging. And the last thing, when we die, we all go in the coffin. Not all, but many of us.
But whatever,
packaging is there. In fact, there are sometimes no packaging, but we say it's patty pack. In Hindi, we use the brand new car, a petty pack car. I don't see where is the box of that car, but it has a virtual box in our mind, petty pack car. So that's the notion flows with the packaging. I think there are a lot of things that we can do, and what we are talking about here is about sustainability and a consumer connect of that sustainability. And I think the challenge is not the scale today. I'm satisfied. I was satisfied some 15 years down the line when I first time visited some packaging plant. I was satisfied that also that this industry is running on volume, on scale. That's not a challenge that how we would grow our scale. It's going to go. As the economy grow, it will definitely grow. Our challenges are something very different. Our challenges are, number one, how we value add to a single pack. And that's why we are talking about so many technologies. IoT जोड़ दो उसके साथ में, QR कोड जोड़ दो, ब्लॉकचेन से इंटीग्रेट कर दो, उसके साथ में जो है नियरेस्ट कम्युनिकेशन के लिए चिप लगा दो, ऐसा कुछ कुछ करते जाइए. That's value addition. But at the very same time, we are living in an age where there are a lot of challenges on the sustainability aspect. In fact, the United Nations has talked so much about on the sustainability development goal, where we are trying to reduce the burden on the earth. And that's why the companies with the green points are preferred on many of the stock exchange and in the transaction globally. So I'm not saying that you have to stop producing the packages or reduce your business, but with the same business volume, can we think about something innovative which can protect to our Mother Earth also? Yes, a circular economy. The packages that has gone outside should be brought back to our plants. It may not be the same channel. It could be different various channels where from these are collected, and we stop looking at the mountains or the heap of or the pile of plastics in Darjeeling or JNK or any other beautiful places. I think this is one of the biggest challenge that we look at, that everything which is being produced comes back to the factory for the recycling. The number 2 is we have to look for those materials which are actually sustainable and degradable to our environment, which can support to the ecological health of this planet. Without that, we cannot sustain for a long time. So, this conference, when it is coming from the BCCI and the Bengal, I think the industrial revolution has already captured to India throughout all the corners. Bengal is something with a different mind, having great history. Before Bombay, we used to know the Kolkata only. And when you are coming afresh, then I would just say that please come with the fresh ideas where the packaging can see a new daylight in a different perspective, where the margins are secured by recycling, and at the same time the packaging is evolved in such a way where the ecological health of this planet can be secured. And that's the idea I think the BCCI should rightly moot at every corner of this country, every nooks and the corner of the country, where the industrial revolution in the very traditional manner has captured it in one dimensional phase. I think new dimension needs to be opened, and by doing this, by churning the ideas, by churning the mind, brainstorming, I think we can achieve this target. I have a very particular role in right now, which talks about the food sustainability, which is again supported by a packaging, but there are many things to do which you all can do through your different industries and by contributing in a rightful manner to our country. So that's only my message, and thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
Delivered. See, we all knowing actually many people in the common public packaging as a menace, people think, and it's an unavoidable burden. Given a chance, I don't need to have any packaging. It's very easy to say. But today, I tell you, we all must be proud of this, for this mission. Whether it is in healthcare or food, COVID times it proved. Without packaging, there is no world. The entire world comes to a grinding halt in the absence of packaging. So at the same time, we need to use every packaging responsibly, litter responsibly, and more than that, the WPO took a mission to initiate design for recycling. Every packaging product, be it a paper-based or be it a flexible packaging or a rigid container or a tin container or a glass or whatsoever. So each of the material and different products made out of this packaging, how they can be thought of the recycling even before they are designed. So we brought a comprehensive position paper and also a book with the help of a cooperation of the UNIDO and ECR community, the Wayne University of Applied Sciences, Austria. This is a book basically. So I have the honor to present my personal copies to 3 of the distinguished guests with the permission of the Arnab. Just wanted to I brought it from WPO. Oh, thank you. brought, but definitely I would send whoever wants, they can ping me. I'll try to send.
Thank you so much.
Over to you, Anna. Sorry for that.
Thank you for the wonderful deliberation and start the for the next session. We have a lot of things that we can carry from this session. I would now request my colleague Tanya to kindly come up to the stage, and I would request Adib sir to kindly present a memento to Navneet Narayan sir. It's a live moment capture from I would request and Navneet sir, if you may also give it to Madam Preeti Chaudhary. Can we have a joint photo together? Tanya, please come on the stage. I'm just requesting my colleague Murmun also. Thank you, sir.
As the opening session ended with a note that how important sustainability is,